Breaking news: police say 17-year-old killed a 6th grader and wounded 5 in Iowa school shooting. Report from Perry High School in Perry, Iowa.
Perry, Iowa. A 17-year-old opened fire at a small-town Iowa high school before classes resumed on the first day after the winter break, killing a 6th grader and wounding 5 others Thursday as students barricaded in offices, ducked into classrooms and fled in panic. The suspect, a student at the school in Perry, died of what investigators believe is a self-inflicted gunshot wound, an Iowa Division of Criminal Investigation official said. Authorities said one of the 5 people wounded was an administrator, later identified by his alma mater as Perry High School principal Dan Marburger. Authorities identified the shooter as Dylan Butler, 17, and provided no information about a possible motive. 2 friends and their mother who spoke with the Associated Press said Butler was a quiet person who had been bullied for years.
Perry has about 8,000 residents and is about 40 miles 65 kilometers northwest of Des Moines, on the edge of the state capital's metropolitan area. It is home to a large pork processing plant and low-slung, single-story homes spread among trees now shorn of their leaves by winter. The high school and middle school are connected, sitting on the east edge of town. Authorities said Butler had a pump-action shotgun and a small-caliber handgun. Mitch Mortvit, the State Investigation Division's assistant director, said during a news conference that authorities also found a pretty rudimentary improvised explosive device and rendered it safe. The suspect's motive is being investigated, and authorities are looking into a number of social media posts he made around the time of the shooting, Mortvit added. A law enforcement official briefed on the investigation said federal and state investigators are interviewing Butler's friends and analyzing Butler's social media profiles, including posts on TikTok and Reddit. Shortly before Thursday's shooting, Butler posted a photo on TikTok inside the bathroom of Perry High School, the official said. The photo was captioned, "Now We Wait," and the song "Stray Bullet" by the German band Kampfem accompanied it. Investigators have also found other photos Butler posted posing with firearms, according to the official, who was not authorized to publicly discuss details of the investigation and spoke to AP on condition of anonymity. Sisters Yesenia Roeder and Kamya Hall, both 17, said alongside their mother, Alita, that Butler was bullied relentlessly since elementary school, but it escalated recently when his younger sister started getting picked on too. His parents brought it up to the school, they said, and that was the last straw. For Butler, he was hurting. He got tired. He got tired of the bullying. He got tired of the harassment. Yesenia Roeder Hall, 17, said, "Was it a smart idea to shoot up the school? No, God, no." Calls to Perry Community Schools Superintendent Clark Wicks, as well as school board members, were unanswered Thursday, and an emailed request for comment was not immediately returned. Perry High School senior Ava Augustus says she was awaiting a counselor in a school office when she heard 3 shots. Unable to flee through a small window, she and others barricaded the door and were ready to throw things if necessary. "And then we hear he's down. You can go out," Augustus said through tears. "And I run and you can just see glass everywhere, blood on the floor. I get to my car and they're taking a girl out of the auditorium who had been shot in her leg. 3 gunshot victims were being treated at Iowa Methodist Medical Center in Des Moines," a spokesperson said.
Others were taken to a second hospital, a spokesperson for Merciani Des Moines Medical Center confirmed. Mortvit said one person was in critical condition, but the injuries didn't appear to be life-threatening, and the others were stable. Hundreds of people gathered for a candlelight prayer vigil Thursday evening at a park where hours earlier, students had been brought to reunite with their families after the shooting. Bundled up against freezing temperatures, they listened to pastors from many faiths and heard a message of hope in both English and Spanish. A post on the high school's Facebook page said it would be closed Friday and counseling services would be available for students, faculty, and others in the community. "This senseless tragedy has shaken our entire state to its core," Governor Kim Reynolds said. In Washington, President Joe Biden and U.S. Attorney General Merrick Garland were briefed on the shooting. The shooting occurred ahead of Iowa's January 15th first-in-the-nation presidential caucuses. GOP candidate Vivek Ramaswamy had a AM campaign event scheduled in Perry about 1.5 miles to kilometers from the school but canceled it to hold a prayer and intimate discussion with area residents. Mass shootings across the U.S. have long brought calls for stricter gun laws from gun safety advocates, and Thursday's did within hours. But that idea has been a non-starter for many Republicans, particularly in rural, GOP-leaning states like Iowa. As of July 2021, Iowa does not require a permit to purchase a handgun or carry a firearm in public, though it mandates a background check for anyone buying a handgun without a permit. Ramaswamy said the shooting is a sign of a psychological sickness in the country. In Des Moines, GOP rival and Florida Governor Ron DeSantis said gun violence is more of a local and state issue in an interview with the Des Moines Register and NBC News.
The high school is part of the 1785 student Perry Community School District. Perry is more diverse than Iowa as a whole. Census figures show 31% of its residents are Hispanic, compared with less than 7% statewide. Those figures also show nearly 19% of the town's residents were born outside the U.S. Authorities said officers arrived within minutes after an active shooter was reported at 7:37 a.m. Thursday. Emergency vehicles surrounded the complex. Officers immediately attempted to locate the source of the threat and quickly found what appeared to be the shooter with a self-inflicted gunshot wound, Mortvit said. Rachel Cares, an 18-year-old senior, was wrapping up jazz band practice when she and her bandmates heard 4 gunshots, spaced apart. "We all just jumped," Cares said. "My band teacher looked at us and yelled, 'Run,' so we ran." Cares and many others scrambled out past the football field as people yelled, "Get out! Get out!" She said she heard additional shots, but didn't know how many. She was more concerned about getting home to her 3-year-old son. Xander Shelley, 15, was in a hallway when he heard shots and dashed into a classroom, according to his father, Kevin Shelley. Xander was grazed twice and hid in the classroom before texting his father. Kevin Shelley, who drives a garbage truck, told his boss he had to run. "It was the most scared I've been in my entire life," he said. He later posted a photo on Facebook of his son being treated at the Methodist Medical Center and said the boy was feeling fine. He added, "I am still shaking, and though I don't show it, I'm not okay."